been 20 years since YouTube has aired.
Let's chat about that.
Alright, here we go for reals. Welcome back, YouTube podcasters. I'm Joku.
I'm CJ.
And welcome to another episode of the podcast, or the chat room. Today we're going to be talking about YouTube. It's been 20 years since the release. As of Valentine's Day of 2005, YouTube's been around for 20 years.
That's insane.
Right. But before we get into the episode, I would like for you guys to hit that notification bell, give a thumbs up, subscribe, share the video, and also comment down below what you guys all think about YouTube or anything. Also, to head over to our other channels, the Italian Samurai and Super CJs, and also to head over to our merch, where I just finished up the new look for the Saikai Taikai because I did finish Cobra Kai, and it's just in time to wear one of those shirts to go see Karate Kid Legends.
Nice.
Comes out. So, as further ado, let's start the episode. So anyways, do you classify YouTube as social media?
Well, I do now. I didn't always.
I say no. The reason why I say no is because YouTube was... The key word there is too, because that was like TV for us.
Yeah.
But see, social media is something where people just go on there and take pictures of like their dogs and just stupid shit around the house.
Yeah.
YouTube, before it became really popular, before people were making money off of it, before anything, YouTube was there for, do-it-yourself videos.
Yeah.
You can sit there and just find something that you had around the house and say, hey, because remember, someone out there had the same problems you did.
Yep.
And like I said, I remember the first time YouTube came out, the only thing was, it was very basic. You can go in there, look for videos for people building shelves or whatever. You can look in, music.
Yeah.
Listen to some music and stuff like that. But now they got YouTube Music and YouTube TV. You can watch movies. But there was no movies, and but you can go in there and listen to music and stuff like that. But man, before everything now, I use YouTube or Google a lot.
Yeah, me too. I mean, honestly, I've used Google YouTube for like walkthroughs of like either games or help me how to fix something, or any around those lines of just.
And before I was talking to you earlier about when you were talking about walkthroughs before, we did have the internet, we did have Google or Yahoo or whatever we had back then, but you could go in there and look for something for like say GTA or Sonic or Zelda, whatever.
Yep.
And it'll just have the description read out, but then it'll just have a picture. And sometimes a picture doesn't do justify. You're like, where's that at? So YouTube came out. You can actually look at the video, somebody recording themselves, and they're like, oh.
They'll show the map, and they'll zoom in kind of where it is, and then they'll like present themselves a little far from it, and just them driving or flying up to whatever it is.
Yeah, so it was more in depth.
It shows you right in detail where you're supposed to go.
Exactly.
Which makes it so much more useful.
YouTube has very much developed into a nice, good thing.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Obviously, we're on YouTube now.
We're all on YouTube.
to do our podcast. But yeah, but like I said, I did a lot of do-it-yourself stuff.
Yep.
I remember using YouTube back when, I would say like early 2008. I remember when my Xbox 360 had the red light of death.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck do you fix this? And then so I went on YouTube, and someone had a video of them wrapping their system up in the big thick blanket.
Yeah, that's right.
So he goes, wrap it up in a blanket and then just heat it up for about, turn your system on for about an hour. Don't do nothing, and then it should resolder itself back, and you basically get whatever before it does it again. So I did that. So I wrapped it up for about a whole hour. It got real hot. I let it cool down. Turned it on. Had about like an hour to hour and a half of gameplay. And then it fucked up again.
Before it did it again. So
then that's when I'm like, okay, fine. Wrapped it all up. Turned it on. Didn't do nothing. Let it cool off. Took it to GameStop. Traded in for a PlayStation 3. So when the guy, asked, how they got to test your system, he plugged it up, it turned on, he was like in there for like less than 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh yeah, it's fine, working good. I'll give you $180 for it. And then I picked up a PlayStation 3.
Yes.
So at the time, YouTube wasn't there for a lot of things. People weren't recording themselves, doing videos, playing gameplay.
Yeah.
That wasn't a big thing. It was basically just, you can go on there and say, hey man, I want to cook some good eggs or some steak or
Just
whatever.
to show people how you do it.
Exactly.
You know?
I got a lot of recipes before Pinterest came out.
Yeah.
So YouTube was there for me to basically like, hey man, I want to cook a good steak or a chicken dinner or a pasta dinner. And people would just sit there and make a video, and you're like,
okay, let's check this out.
Or you need to fix anything in your house, like fixing a TV or fixing plumbing or fixing a roof or just.
Yep.
And then it became where people were doing side projects. Like now it's like, oh, I'm going to hardware stores to buy pieces to build a lightsaber.
That's crazy when you first showed me that stuff.
Yeah.
Way back then.
And then we start getting into a lot of people, watching games. Oh, I do too. I play games, but I started out watching people play games, on a PC. And a lot of people are like, well, why are you watching somebody play, games?
That was the thing when it first started.
When it first started, all these guys had PCs and stuff. Well, a lot of stuff was PC games. I didn't have a high-powered PC. I had a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a Nintendo product.
Yep.
So I would sit there and watch it because I'm very interested in the game, but I'm not going to go spend $1,300 for a PC. And at the point, I didn't have a spot in my room to put it at. I didn't have a desk, I didn't have a chair, I didn't have none of that stuff. So that's when I started watching it, because then a lot of people played the PC games. A lot of people were playing the VR games. I didn't have all this stuff.
Yeah, because then that was like when they started making that stuff either for entertainment, and then I think after that it started people started doing it for guides.
Yeah.
And it just kept snowball just kept
and then
going.
Gameplay, and then you start watching it for trailers and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because back in the day, we didn't have YouTube or anything like that. We had to wait for our magazine to come in the mail.
Yep.
And see this is a new, it's not a trailer, it's just pictures of the new game coming out. Or you watching TV and go, the commercial will come out.
Yeah, the ad will come on. You're like, okay.
But that's all before YouTube.
Yep.
We had to do it the old-fashioned way.
I'll tell you right now, YouTube is what it's coming. I mean, it's my TV now.
It is.
I use it for all my.
It is because, like I said, they actually have called YouTube TV.
Yeah.
YouTube Music, like Prime Video and all that stuff. Because when you go into YouTube, you can watch movies. Granted, it'll say free with ads.
Yeah.
But you still can watch a movie.
Still can. Yep.
And that's fine with me.
Yeah, there's some I think you can watch free with ads, and then there's some you can rent or buy.
Yeah, I do. You can use you can use your Google Rewards, which I do. I have Google Rewards on my phone, and then I'll do a survey. Give me a couple 10 cents here or whatever. And once I get add up, I'll go on YouTube and purchase rent the movie, and you got 48 hours to watch it, which I do, and then I just transfer it to my TV and watch it.
Nice.
So 20 years that YouTube came out, and it blown up, it grew.
The evolution of it.
It has. Like I said, I mean, it went from recipes and music to now you can
just about almost anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it's crazy how much YouTube has blown up.
Yep.
And like I said, 20 years into the making, and hopefully we keep going, and hopefully it doesn't go nowhere.
Honestly, I don't see it stopping anytime soon. I think it's at its height. I mean, it does have its share of problems.
People thought that once TikTok came out and Instagram came out, people thought oh my God,
it was a YouTube killer.
People thought it was, because then those came out, and those were just 30-second videos to whatever. But now YouTube's got shorts on there.
Yep.
And you can do YouTube shorts.
Honestly, I watch a lot of those too.
Yeah, because sometimes people ain't watching no goddamn
full-length videos.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch some people if I'm really interested into the video. And some people are watching some people are playing an hour and a half games.
Yeah.
I'll watch them because if I'm very that interested into it, but but also too, not just gameplay, but the other day I was watching something's making a channel the History Channel. Yeah. And it was an hour and a half, but it was the history. It's you could watch that same thing on TV, but they just uploaded the video and put it on YouTube. So now you don't have to worry about going on cable and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, because you can watch anything. I watch reactions. I watch people react to movies, and there's channels on there where they like you can learn things about prehistoric animals, things that happen in like our history, and you know, like the Wild West or during World War II or One. You know, you can watch all that kind of stuff.
And like I said, also to you know, back in the day to you know, when I was, you know, learning guitar, because my first guitar I got.
Oh yeah.
My first guitar I got was 2003. So YouTube wasn't out there.
Yeah.
So I had to go and look at different things. But then when YouTube came out and started really getting popular, people were putting lessons and how to play this song and do this. It's like, okay, cool. Had YouTube up, watching the guy with his hand coordinations, and okay, cool. And then so you started learning that way.
Wow.
Instead of going and pay hundreds and thousands of dollars on these damn programs, you just go to YouTube because someone's out there, you know,
putting it on there for you.
Exactly.
Someone did it, had the same thought that you need, and he put it on there for you. I mean, like when it comes to that, I mean, there's been several times I've used YouTube where it's like I was stuck trying to figure something out, or how to build something, or, you know, take something apart the proper way.
Of course.
I mean, I did that with my 64 controller when I was using emulators back then. And I had a problem with my 64 controller, and I need the joystick. You know, the joysticks of the.
Oh yeah, they get worn out real fast.
I looked up a video how to get all that cleared up, and
boom,
it worked like magic. I'm like, damn.
Exactly, exactly. Just like these vape pens, the Raz.
Yes.
I'm like, you have to be a way to take these apart and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't rocket science, but somebody figured out you just take a knife and pop the bottom off and then slid this stuff out. I'm like,
yep,
I could have did that, but you know what? YouTube this shit.
Same thing with this one. Just take the little piece there and little like 1 minute video.
Or, you know, another thing to YouTube is a lot of reviews. Before I buy something.
That's it too. Reviews
just
are
like
good.
Just like the lights I have behind. I just got these 2 days, maybe 3 days ago. And before I purchased these lights, I was like, you know what? Let me, you know, so I went in there. I typed in what they're called, you know, the brand and review. And there was like 3 people that were satisfied with the lights and how to hook them. I mean, they're easy to hook up, but it's like, okay, I want to make sure that they're bright enough or they whatever, you know, stuff like that. So before I buy something, I usually just Google it.
Yeah.
But then Google at the time didn't have any videos. It would just be people like, yeah, they're good. You know, I'll give it 5 stars. Okay, well, but
and maybe give like a little
a picture or something.
Yeah.
But now YouTube comes out, so now you can review things. You know, if it's like a switch because before. You know, we had demos. There's not a whole lot of demos coming out these days.
No, there's not. I mean, there's some.
Back in the day, when PlayStation 3 came out, you could go into the store and...
Hell, even before that.
There was no demos really back then.
There was.
Not for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, it was. I had... That's actually...
I'm sorry, but yeah...
I played the demo for the first Lego Star Wars. That's what got me into it.
That's right, because they had like little discs you can purchase.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like now, it's like with the internet and stuff like that, you know... You would think that they would have more demos you can buy.
Yeah.
But see, PS3 had the store and everything. Xbox had the store. You could download a demo.
Oh, you're talking about the downloaded demos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see how the gameplay.
There's not too many of those no more.
But see, now I use YouTube because if there's a game coming out, you're like, oh, let me see the gameplay. Let me see somebody play it first before I go waste money. And then all of a sudden you're stuck with that fucking game. You're like, this sucks. I can't
tell you how many times I've done that.
Yeah.
Where it's like I wasn't sure about it. And if I'm sure about a game, I don't need that. But I'm like, if I'm looking to get a new game... and I don't know much about it, I'm like, I'm going to watch a little bit of gameplay of what this game is about before I spend my money and regret paying for it if I don't like it.
You use YouTube just to, you know, to look at reviews and some gameplays, if it's a game for you to play or not, instead of going out and spending all this money, you know, but, oh yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's how I end up getting my Ghostbusters game. I wasn't sure if I was gonna I like Ghostbusters obviously, but I was like, do I really want this? I mean,
so you just Google? You mean
I went on YouTube and I looked up some gameplay,
and then there you go.
And I'm like,
because sometimes when you look at a trailer, you're like, this looks fun.
Yes.
And then you see a gameplay, you're like,
yeah. See, that's it.
But then you see reviews where people are like, oh yeah, I bought this game. That's the reason why I didn't buy the Legend of Zelda. Echo Whispers.
Okay.
When I first saw the trailer, I'm like, yes, this is cool. You get to play Zelda for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Then I saw gameplay. I'm like, I don't know. You know, I saw gameplay. They're having fun. I'm like, it's not be a game for me. And then I see people like, well, I give it this, I give it that. I'm like, I'm not going to buy it. Instead of me going out, if I if the game came out for like say 64 and you bought the game and so you had no review, nothing like that.
Yeah.
Because I remember like one time, this is was it? Trying to think. This is way before YouTube came out. So I remember when the Xbox, the very first, was it the first Xbox? Yeah, the first Xbox. This is when Toys R Us was still around, obviously. So before YouTube came out, you know, and all that jazz, I remember when John told me, he's like, yo, he goes, you need to go buy yourself an Xbox. You need to go buy Star Wars Knights of the Republic.
Yes.
And there was no way of me knowing what this game was all about. There was no YouTube. I couldn't go in there and see gameplay. I couldn't see a trailer. The only thing I had to do was look at a magazine and see pictures. So he was like, oh, this game's awesome. So I took his word for it. So I went to Toys R Us. It was like $150 for the system, like $20 or maybe $30 for the fucking game. I'm like, hopefully this game's good. I took it home, hooked it all up, played the game. Like, this game's awesome. But nowadays, it's like, don't take that risk. Just go on YouTube, look for a gameplay of something. If it's Smash Brothers, if it's Zelda, if it's God of War, if it's Uncharted, if it's, you know, Call of Duty, whatever. That's another thing, too. I don't have Call of Duty. I saw people play, you know, games like, I don't know if I want to play that or not. My wife's been playing for the PC. She loves it, but she always does is play zombies.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I think the last time I did something like that was you recommended me a game, which was Uncharted.
Yep.
And
but YouTube was around at the time.
YouTube was around, but at the time, you know, in my house, we only had like one computer and I didn't have access to it a whole lot.
Yeah.
And the phones were not like they are now. So,
no, exactly.
So I had to take your word on that, at least for that time from me.
Exactly.
But, I mean, that was honestly the last time I did that. Because ever since, you know, we got YouTube and...
That's the reason why I firstly bought a PS3 was Uncharted. Because, like, I remember, like... E3 came out, PS3, I already knew about the PS3 coming out because when 2005, me and John went to Japan, you know, 20 years ago as well, too.
Yeah.
But no, YouTube was actually, because YouTube came out in February, we went in summertime. So, yeah, we went over to Japan and we saw the PS3 system. We were like, this is awesome, it's going to come out soon. And I'm like, what game do we buy?
Oh, wow.
So, when the PS3 finally came over to America... We already had YouTube, obviously.
Yeah.
So I was like, what game's going to come out? So John was talking about this Uncharted game. I'm like, what's this about? He's like, it's like Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider. YouTube, Uncharted. I'm like, this game's awesome. This game's fucking awesome.
Hey, that's exactly how you
and then I'm like, this game looks pretty badass. And I remember going to the GameStop and I'm like, I need to pick up a PS3. So I picked up the PS3 and at the time they had a demo station there. And that's when they still do, but they don't fucking work with us nowadays. But then you go to GameStop, and then I remember playing a demo for Heavenly Sword.
I remember you playing that,
and that was like my first game I got for the PS3.
Oh, okay.
Because Uncharted wasn't out yet, but I was like, I need to get a PS5 or a PS3 now. So when the game comes out, I already have everything. I just need the game.
I remember the first game I got for the PS3 was I think the first Black Ops Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And we after we got it, because you took me to GameStop and got everything set up, and we got back to your place. We set up my very first PlayStation account at that time.
That's right.
Which I still have. That account is still the same. But yeah, I mean, we played Call of Duty for like hours that night.
Yeah, like I said, but I didn't know anything about Uncharted. So guess what? At the time, we had YouTube it, looked at a trailer.
Yep.
Because at the time, there was no gameplay because the game wasn't out. But at least I saw a trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is a game I can get into. If it wasn't for that trailer, I was like, I ain't going to get this game. Unless when the game comes out, then I had to wait for somebody to upload. But sometimes...
So thankfully for YouTube,
exactly,
got you interested, then you got me interested in it.
But also, too, there's a lot of games out there that people play, and it's like, this looks like good. I don't watch them because then it's like it's going to ruin the story for me.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of times where people that I follow play games. It's like I already played it because I remember playing just recently. I'll say recently because it came out late last year around like Halloween time. A Quiet Place.
Oh yeah.
Well, the thing is, one guy I follow, he was playing it on the PC, and I'm like, okay. So what I did is I would play for about 2 or 3 hours. And then go watch his video to see, where I stop at to see his reactions. and then I'll stop it where I meet up, and then I'll play for another whatever.
Oh, so
and then
that's how you did it?
That's how I did it, because it's like I wanted to see his reaction of like, okay, this part here got me a jump scare, right?
You just want to see if
And then I didn't want to watch it, so like after I got to a farther place, I would save it, quit, and then go watch him from the beginning to basically the same spot I was at.
No
and then I
shit.
stopped it, so then like it was not ruining my story.
I'd never thought of doing it like that before.
Exactly.
Oh shit! Because it's like me. I would go through the entire game before I'd ever watch anyone's first time reaction to it.
Right.
'Cause
But I mean, at the time, I mean, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there and play like a full, but
No,
it's
if
just
it's like a long ass game, then no,
yeah,
that's too much.
that game was only, to me, was like maybe 7 hours, but still it was one of those things like, you know, I would sit there and play it for myself, like enjoying, embracing the storylines, like, yeah, jump scares, and then like go watch other people, like, oh yeah, I jumped here too. Okay, yeah, that's the same, exactly. So
I know there was a few scenes in the first Uncharted that had a few jump scares in there, and I was like, chilling on my skin. And then I've seen other people play before, and they jump the same places I jumped at. I'm like,
or you go, you know, like I said, or you go online and you see people who are like just now playing some of these games for the first time. It's like
which I find very interesting.
It's like, exactly. So I like, you know, you play these games, like some people play The Last of Us for the first time.
Yeah.
Game came out for the PS3, 2013.
Yeah.
And people are still now playing it. And
For the first time.
For the first time you watch it, you're like, yep. And then they start crying. You're like, yeah, it got me too.
And that's the same thing even for me. Like, if you guys know me, Red Dead is my favorite game. And I love watching first people play that game for the first time, even to this day.
Yeah.
It's in the part, you know, at the end, I'm not going to spoil if you ever played it yet, but, you know, react the same way I react the first time I play it. I'm like, you know what? I feel you there. Or
also, too, you know, I use YouTube if I'm, like, cleaning around the house. I'll put my TV on.
Yep.
Put a song on.
Yep.
Excuse me. And then, like, clean the house up and just have this song just play.
I know I've done that.
Woo! Or I do the same thing in my room if I'm like doing, you know, editing videos, or if I'm doing other stuff for my friends, because now I'm trying to get them into making merch. So if I'm on Photoshop, like I was this morning, helping him do some stuff, because he cuts hair.
Oh, okay.
And he's local. He's a mobile, you know, barber shop. So I'm trying to make shirts for his, you know, for his mobile shirts and stuff like that.
Right on.
And so this morning, you know, trying to, you know, hook his stuff up and stuff. Then I'm like, man, it's getting quiet in here. So my second screen, load up YouTube, clicking some, you know, some good music, you know.
Yeah.
And I just listen to music.
Nice.
While I'm working on his logos and stuff like that. So like I said, YouTube just helps everybody out with anything.
Yep. I mean, I've done that more times than I care. Well, actually, don't care to count, but I've done it a lot. I mean,
that's why I said that to me, YouTube is not social media.
No.
It's more than that.
It is more than that, but like I said, I mean, I didn't always think that, but like I said, to me,
it's TV.
It is.
I mean, the key word in that is tube, and that's what we used to call the TV. Hey, man,
put the tube on.
Put the what's on the tube? You know, put on the boob tube or whatever the fuck we used to say back then. But yeah, it's TV. It's music. It's to.
I mean, like you said, music. Like what was back in the day for music on TV? MTV. So.
And that's another thing too. You can actually go back and listen to music that you're like, man, what's that one song? And you're like, oh my god, I haven't heard this for like 20 years.
Yes.
And I did that this morning. I was listening to a song, and I'm like, man, this must have been like since high school I listened to the same song, right?
Holy shit.
And I'm like, it's on YouTube. And
I know, it's like I've caught back some old school songs.
Not even old school stuff. I'm talking about, I mean, you know, old schools too. But
I'm talking about old school from like me and you, like things we used to listen to in high school.
Oh, I'm going further back. I mean, I've
gone back farther back too.
I'll listen to like some oldies, like 50s.
Yeah.
I'll listen to 60s, the 70s. You know,
Yep.
I'll put some of that songs on there, or watch other people who have cover songs of the things. You know.
Yeah, that's always cool too.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things that, you know, I love that, you know, that YouTube, you know, provided us, not just.
I'll tell you honestly, I don't know where I would be. I mean, that's how good YouTube is now. I don't know where I'd be without YouTube now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I said, it's one of my biggest sources of entertainment.
Exactly.
Learning.
Exactly.
You name it. It's like it's there for you.
I mean, couple weeks back, maybe a month back or some shit like that, when they were like, oh, well, you know, TikTok's going to be banned. I'm like, yeah. I don't. If you ban TikTok, you ban Instagram, you ban Facebook, Twitter. I'm not going to sit there, you know, if you sit there, I mean, Twitch is now X. That's another streaming thing. But if you ban those four from the most, you know, because I'm like, I don't care. I still got YouTube. I still can watch my fucking whatever.
Yep.
Because Facebook was just like, my brother-in-law was the biggest pain in the ass with Facebook. Like, when he'd be watching the football games, it's like he'd be chatting he'd be putting posts. He goes, "What kind of call was that? Who were you throwing the ball to?" I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, he's just putting random stuff out there, and I'm like, who? I'm like, oh yeah. Look at my wife. I'm like, yeah, he must be watching the game, you know, the Cowboy game. But it's like he'd be just putting posts. I'm like, who's following you and watching that? Oh, what kind of penalty was that? I'm like, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like, and then when
You're
TikTok,
just like, oh God.
yeah. So I'm like, YouTube to me, it's like
I'll tell you right now. Last year is when I finally got myself Facebook and Instagram. That's honestly the first time that I've actually ever used those social medias, because all before that it was all YouTube for me.
It was.
That's all it was for me.
Yeah. Facebook was like, to me, I feel like Facebook, Instagram, to me, those right there. I mean, I know Instagram's starting to be like a TikTok, because they're putting, before that, it was just fucking people just putting random stuff. Oh, look, my dog's chasing the ball again. Who gives a shit? Maybe your family do, whatever, or, you know, stuff like that. Because Facebook came out as basically for people to, like, you haven't seen in years.
Yeah.
And I had Facebook, and I'm like, you know, what's my old friends up north used to live?
I thought Facebook was like a college thing at first.
I'm not sure where it came from, but
I heard somewhere that it was that, but you know.
Comment down below if you guys think Facebook was from college. But I used it because I remember a lot of my friends would, you know, leave old jobs, and like you can't contact them. They're like, "Oh, just Facebook me, man. We'll be in touch." Well, okay, cool. And then they'll move to Orlando. I'm stuck here. And I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? And they'll, like, take a picture of a new car. Like, okay, it's like one of those type things, you know? It's like, hey, man, I got a new car. Cool. You could have just text me that.
Yeah, honestly.
You know? I mean, shit, here's my fucking cell phone number. Just text me your brand new car or whatever fucking you got. But then, to me, I feel like Facebook and Instagram are like, you're in jail. You're just in a room reading the bullshit off the walls.
You know what? You're not wrong. Really. I mean, 'cause I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and I'm like, all right. I find some of the most weirdest things on there.
I do. And then when TikTok came out, it was like really, I don't know what they did, but at the time it was like really bad. It's like everything was scrolling was like just chicks and like really like not just trying to get likes. It's like, oh yeah, I know, because it's easy as you being a chick to get fucking likes, because you know the guys are woo.
Yep.
You know, it's like and your brother's your brother's one of them. He'll be on Instagram looking at all the Asian chicks go like you. I'm like, bro. It's like, really? That's what I'm saying. It's like TikTok when it first came out. It was like it was ruined by like, you know, women.
Yeah.
Not to be anything sexist, but it's just easy for women to get likes than guys are.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys can hate me on that, but it's the truth, because you know, girls come out in a bikini and TikTok, and guys go,
and the guys are gonna simp over. That's just the way it is.
But YouTube is like you have to make a video and all that stuff. Now, like I said, now they got shorts and stuff like that. Yeah. Which I do watch a little bit, because it's like, you know, quick recipe and stuff like that. It's like, you know, because you can take down a whole recipe and then, 30 seconds. Got the
I've
recipe.
seen some shorts, even without that. I've seen some shorts that are just like pure entertainment. It's like, either they make me laugh or like,
exactly.
You know, some kind of reaction out of me.
Exactly.
And which I love. It's like I've spent a few times, a couple of days when I get on YouTube, and a lot of my videos that day would be shorts, and it would just catch my eye. I'd be curious, and I'm like, click.
Exactly. And also too, I use YouTube. Like, you know, you come home from work. Mm-hmm. And like, there's nothing on TV or watching a movie. You just like find something on YouTube.
Pick something, anything you want on there,
and you find something to make you laugh. You know, if you're having a bad day, you need a laugh, you can do that. There's There's
I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
well, just before we started making this video, we were watching and you were laughing your ass off.
Oh God, man, I was like dying. My ribs and my cheeks are still hurt from that shit.
Exactly. So like I said, YouTube, and I hope we do another 20 years and
Oh yeah,
keep going.
I mean, honestly, I think it's going to, because I don't see it slowing down.
Well, there's another too. Nobody thought that YouTube would be their job.
Yeah,
It's not like Google.
No.
Google. You can work at Google. You have to get up in the morning, take a shower,
and go
and actually
yeah.
commute to freaking Google and go in the office and stuff like that. I work at Amazon. I have to get up in the morning. YouTube people, once you start getting up there,
Yep.
you just wake up when you make your own schedule. You make your own, but as long as you're doing really good content,
Yep.
you can make a career out of YouTube. And nobody really knew that. Nobody knew that. It's just like you just make a video of, like, I was watching the guy talking about how his first video, he did a camera, at the time it was a shitty ass camera.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they raised a deer from a baby deer into
Okay.
the house. Well, the deer.
Oh wait, I think I've seen that video. It sounds
I
kind of
don't know.
familiar.
It was an old video, and it was a deer and a dog that became friends.
I think I did see that, because that
And-
seriously sounds familiar. But go ahead.
And he was like, the dog and the deer was outside playing.
Yeah.
And he just like uploaded the video with his sister, and they put it on YouTube, and all of a sudden he's like, overnight he like, I made 12 cents, and he's like, "Pfft, I made 50 cents. He goes, I made $1. He's like, what the hell? He goes, nobody knew that you can make fucking money. So that's what he
Damn.
started doing. He's like, okay, cool. What else can we fucking film? And he just started filming other things. It's like, oh, there's $2, and oh, there's $5, and he's like, I got an idea. I'm gonna make a channel. And he started making a channel and just started posting stuff what he does. And now look at him, and it's just nobody
Wow.
knew. And if I'd known that, I would have did this shit earlier, way earlier.
Honestly, me too. I
That's why-
sure as
that's
hell
wh-
would have too.
That's why I said to smaller YouTube channels like us, never give up. Never give up. Just keep trying. Keep pushing.
Keep it going.
Rome wasn't built in a year.
I support all small channels when I come across. If I like it, I'll subscribe to you.
Yeah. Like I said,
Do the same for us.
Just because all the old people, or not old people, the veteran YouTubers, there's always room for new ones coming in,
Oh, yeah.
We got new generations coming in. Old ones are like, hey, man, I'm done. I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm done.
I've seen that too.
No matter how old you are, how young you are, I keep telling people YouTube is where the money's at. If you just make good content, you stick to it, have a schedule, and just, like I said, just put it out there. Keep punching through.
And that's the thing with that. When you do make skills, it is your schedule. You make that.
Yeah. It's like, never know that you can like, hey, I work for YouTube. People are like, what? It's like, you can go work at Walmart. You can go work at Sam's Club or Publix or wherever the fuck you work at. But nobody thought that, like, yeah, I wake up, take a shower, make sure myself looks good on camera, get all my stuff going on.
Yep.
Like I said, if I'd known that, I would have did that. I would have got myself a PC.
I think
learn the programs, how to do stuff. Get a good camera, microphone, and then just start doing stuff.
I think I found out that you can get paid on YouTube. I think it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Like after it was out for 10 years, I think I found out. I think you told me that at that point in time, they, like, people are getting paid
And
for
like I
this,
said-
and I'm like, huh?
And I'm like, I should have did that shit a long time ago.
But I was in awe, really. I was like, how the hell do you do that?
Exactly. Like I said, there's so much on YouTube to do. And I keep telling people, it's like, I already got this one guy at work. He's like, I want to do a podcast like you guys do. I was like, well, this is what you guys do. And he's like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm going to start doing it myself. I'm like, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said,
definitely support 'em.
it doesn't take much to make a podcast. You just need a good camera. Like, I'm using my Samsung, S24 Ultra as a camera. I got this mic off of Amazon. I mean, I got, the light is just, pick a topic, whatever you want to do, and
Yep.
just start going. People listen to you. You're just trying.
Well, there's always going to be someone out there that's going to be interested in something you're talking about or something you're doing on your channel.
Right.
Always.
Right.
I mean, that's the one thing I've learned in this past year. There's always going to be someone that's interested in something of yours. Even if you don't like, sometimes there's some videos that I've made on mine, and I'm like, I didn't feel was too good, and then all of a sudden it blew up like crazy, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I didn't like that too much, but apparently a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. But see, I guess that's with any kind of like platform or art you do with anything, because the movie The Shining, the guy who did it didn't like the way the movie came out. He didn't like the movie at all, but it was a box office success. So I mean, it's like, even if you don't like your own stuff, someone out there will.
And sometimes when I make a video, it's like I can tell if it will get scrapped, because like I'll be playing it, and then all of a sudden, like 30 minutes into the video, I'm like, man, I'm just not feeling it right now. I'll cancel the video, scrap it, and then start over the next day, and refreshed and everything.
Yep.
Then I'm like, okay, let me get right back into it.
Yep. I've done that a few times. I know I have. Where it's like nothing's going right, and you're like, put this away,
Yep.
figure out tomorrow. Let's try again.
Exactly.
Fresh mind, fresh everything.
Exactly. There's a lot of people out there who do it. You can tell people like, oh man, I haven't made videos in a month because I just wasn't myself. Sometimes they need a break from YouTube. They'll go on a vacation, and like I said, I'm sorry I haven't did a podcast in a while, because the last time I was supposed to do one, I had to go to the doctors, my eyes and stuff like that. So my eyes were all like this. I couldn't do it with the camera and everything, because it'd be giving me a headache.
It was a crazy bit of circumstances all just piled into one.
Yeah, and then last weekend we went to MegaCon, so that was also scrapped. And so it's like, okay, man, because stuff came in, and it's like, all right.
And this one almost didn't work out for me, because I would have had to cancel it because I was sick just a few days ago. So
exactly,
thankfully I got better and I'm here now. I was like, oh crap, am I gonna have to miss it because I'm sick right now?
Exactly.
But thankfully I got better. So
exactly. So I'm like, we're trying to push out these podcasts. I got a schedule going down, and hopefully it works. I said I'm pushing them every, try 2 weeks. I don't want to cram it every single week or once a month. It just seems like not enough.
No, that's not enough.
That's not enough once a month. I know a lot of people who do have podcasts. They do once a month. Some people do them like every weekend. I'm not trying to do that because I don't want to run out of ideas. I'm like, building up stuff like that.
You get kind of like almost in a sense burned out a little bit. At least your mind will get burned out.
Exactly. So I'm like, our schedule here is trying to be, every 2 weeks we try to put a podcast out.
Yeah. I mean, because that way, it's like we're not burning ourselves out. We're not like, it's not.
I don't want to run out of content.
Yeah.
It's not like this one here about the 20 years wasn't even part of my schedule for podcast. It just popped up. Yeah. I was just on, YouTube one time, and I'm like, it just hit me. I'm like, how long has YouTube been out? So I just Googled it. Like YouTube, and it said February 14th, 2005. I'm like, that'd be a great fucking, episode. We're in the same weekend around Valentine's Day for that. I'm like, we're doing this.
Because that's why I was like, when I texted you earlier, saying, because I was like, I couldn't remember the topic we were going to talk about today. And I was like, what are we talking about tonight?
And I'm like, yo, YouTube's been out for 20 years.
And then it's like, as soon as you told me what, I'm like, and I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God. YouTube has been out since that long. I'm like, my God.
And like I said, we can start off
small.
And
you think about that. Me and you were basically here before YouTube, and then we were here we saw the birth of it, and we're still here now.
We'll probably die before
YouTube dies.
Well, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Let's keep YouTube going. Don't fizzle out for another 20 years.
Nah. Because honestly, I mean, there is so much content on YouTube right now.
Like my wife comes out, she's like, "Why you watch YouTube? We have Amazon Prime, we have Disney Plus, we have Netflix, we got HBO, we got Hulu, you got movies." Yeah, but I saw those movies a million times. They're fun to watch, but sometimes you can watch something on YouTube. Like I said, I just watching something earlier today, and it was the History Channel.
Yeah.
And it was basically something, it's just something I was watching. I'm like, yeah. Or you can go on there and just watch other things and make yourself laugh.
Yep. I mean, like I said earlier, it's like there's been times where you have a bad day and you're like, and you can choose like, you know what? I want to watch something that's going to make me laugh right now. I want to cheer myself up. And it always works.
Right.
It's like, at least I can go on there and not like have like the way it was back then with TV surfing, like hoping, hey, America's Funniest Videos is on or something.
Exactly. YouTube is, it's, like I said, it's my TV, our TV,
Yeah.
your TV, everybody's TV.
Everyone's TV.
So, anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. But before I do go, I would, and also too, the first video, I'll put a picture up on here. The very first video was called Me at the Zoo. I'll put the picture up there so you guys, and I'll put his link in the description.
Yeah,
Go check it out. But the very first video that was put up on YouTube, and right now I think it's over like 300 and something
I'll bet that's got
million
like a
views.
lot of views.
Right? So you'll probably get more if somebody watches this. But I'll put a link in the description. And also, too, I'm going to say from my heart, thanks for the people that I subscribe to, because you guys make my life just, cheerful. I watch your guys' video. I'll put all your guys' links in, in the description, so I'll mention you guys. The first one in here is Trev, my man. Keep up your damn work. I know I've been watching a lot of your simulation games. You did your, ambulance. I've been really getting into you with your Planet Coaster 2. Been watching that. What else you been doing? Your simulation. All your sim games that you did. Your airport X-ray. That was pretty fun. Your pilot. Your farm simulation. I've been watching all you. Keep up the good work, man. I've been watching you a lot, dude. You're a good person. Also, too, this one goes out to Good Mythical Morning. Link and Rhett, you guys do a fantastic job on your videos. I mean, you guys do a lot of food. You guys ate a lot of food, weird food. Then, man, I don't know how you guys survive eating
for our
blood.
Entertainment. Yeah,
you guys ate blood. You guys ate weird stuff. I watch you guys do all the, my favorite thing you guys do is the international food where you guys throw darts at the board. I love those.
Keep up. You got me into that, yeah.
So I love you guys too, Rhett and Link. So, congratulations on your stuff. Pixel Game Squad, my man Riff. You make me, my inner childhood, every time you and your crew go out and find NES games. I sit here and watch you guys. I'm like, yo, I had that game. I had Mega Man. I had Mario. I had Sonic. Dude, you guys are the greatest. Keep up the good work. Go to your swap meets and do all your stuff.
And I didn't know about them, but I'll be subscribing to you guys too. So,
you guys, every time I watch you, I'm like, yo, look at the turtles. Look at this stuff. I'm like, it's just like, man.
All the nostalgia.
All the nostalgia stuff. You guys do all the good stuff. Also, too, Retro Rick. Congratulations on you. I mean, you're now full-time at the store. Hopefully one day I'll get up to Arkansas and visit your store. Your store is awesome. I mean, it's just retro everywhere. I mean, you got the games. I know you guys are now going into Pokemon. But, hey, man, there's some things in there. You're like a museum for games. I saw your
oh, yeah.
All your stuff, man. So congratulations on that, Rick. Another one, too, Beat 'em Ups, Mr. Beat 'em Ups. Congratulations on your baby. I know your wife is pregnant. And
really?
Yes, she is pregnant.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's the one who does all the Switch games.
Yeah.
And keep up the work. Congratulations on the baby. Hope everything goes safe and well. Hopefully, I'll be looking for your reviews on the Switch 2 when it comes out.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that, too.
So, I'll be watching your videos when more Switch 2 comes out too. So congratulations on all that. Also to Demo Ranch, Mr. Matt. I know you said there that you're going to be retiring from YouTube. I'm sorry to hear about that, but he's the one that was talking about his dog and I think the deer or something like that. So Mr. Matt, I'm sorry that you're going to be retiring from YouTube. I know family comes first. You want to see your kids grow up and stuff like that. But without you, I would never have the courage of myself to go out to my own little place and just, blow up, bottles and stuff like that with guns. And you have a nice collection of all your guns. Some of the stuff you do, I'm like, man, I wish I can come to your little, gun range and just have fun too. In a safe way.
Well, yeah, you go to my mom's place for that, so yeah.
Exactly. Another one too that really been around for the first time is Mr. Jacksepticeye.
Oh yeah, you got me into him years ago.
Very years ago.
I think that was like about 10 years ago.
I probably more longer than that, but he's
But
probably
I'm talking about me from
yeah.
me. Yeah.
He was probably you're probably my first person I ever saw on YouTube that really got me because you were still living with your mom in the cabin and you started playing PCs. You're the one that I started really watching PC games because I didn't have a PC.
I think the first game I saw him play was what was that game?
I don't know. Anyways,
funny game.
It was you started playing the VR games when the VR first came out. Started watching some of those.
Yeah.
You were very hyper and you're just electrifying person. You're good. And hopefully one day I will try your coffee. We do sell it on Amazon. I work there, so I'll probably buy some of your coffee, see how good. So top of the morning to you, my friend.
My fellow Irishman.
Exactly. So, you're like the one, I know you did Turbo, Happy Wheels.
That's what I was thinking
Happy
right
Wheels.
there. Happy Wheels.
Happy Wheels and Turbo Dismount and all the good stuff that you do. And keep up the good work, man. You make me laugh a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Another one I want to shout out to is Sam the Cooking Guy. My man Sam. I watch your videos because I get all your recipes on there and they look delicious. I want to eat the TV because some of the stuff you do. Congratulations on your channel, and I've been watching your sons. The Sons of Cooking.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, he got 2 sons, and they battle out between stuff like that. So congratulations
Nice.
on all 3. Sam, hi, Max and Chance, you guys, Jordan and Zach, all you guys. Congratulations on your cooking show. And like I said, keep up the delicious meals because some of those, my wife's like, hey, I want to cook that. I'm like, they all look good. Another one too I've been watching is Angry Video Game Nerd.
Yeah, that was another early one you got me into.
Mr. James, I just love your videos because some of these damn things you rage and you...
It's hilarious.
You're
how
hilarious, dude. And you're the nerd. And some of these games, yes, they suck.
Fellow nerd.
They suck. I mean, it's just like you play all the retro games and stuff like that, and you just rage out. And then hopefully, congratulations on your second game you're coming out because you did have a first game that came out for the Switch, and now you...
Oh, yeah.
Now you have a second one. Congratulations on that, Mr. 8-Bit. So I've been watching your videos too, and trust me, I'm not going to break my shit like you do, but Mr. Shit Pickle. So congratulations on that. Another one too, Mr. Dashy.
Yes, my man, Dashy.
Dashy, you're in the same line as Jacksepticeye with all the energy. I started watching you because you've been doing the Mario Maker.
Yes,
That's when I started watching you when you did the Mario Maker, and trust me, when you're like, it's Dashy and all that, dude. And trust me,
I've watched a lot of your videos, bro. So, yeah.
I hate Donkey Kong too. That fucking fur bitch.
Donkey bitch.
Yeah. So I hate Donkey Kong too. Trust me. CJ's brother is a big Yoshi fan.
Just like you.
I'm a Toad fan, so Toad's my man.
Mario.
Exactly. So, we feel you when we play Mario Party and stuff like that.
We pick on Donkey Kong a lot.
We do, because that fucking furry bitch. Also, to another guy, Brandon Herrera, Mr. Man who lives in Texas as well too. I watched a lot of your videos too. You do a lot of gun reviews, and I was want to say congratulations on your AK-50. The man who firstly built his own.
No shit.
Yes, that's his gun, and I know it's in Call of Duty.
Did you show me that?
I think so because it's also in Call of Duty 6.
Yeah.
So you are another person I watch too. More gun reviews, and like I said, I watch all your stuff. Especially the Darn Awards. I love those videos you do.
Oh yeah.
Yes. The Darn Awards. Another one too, I want to say thanks. I'm saying thanks to all you guys. Unbox Therapy, Mr. Lou, my man from Canada. I watch your videos too because you do all the unboxing for everything when it comes to laptops, tech, to TVs, to game systems, to everything that comes out that's like tech wise. I watch you because I'm a huge tech person myself. And, when you do your reviews for Apple or Samsung or just Pixel or TVs or PlayStation 5 or surround sounds or anything that's tech, I watch you. So keep up the good work, my man. Another one, too, is One Shot TV. He's another one that does gun reviews.
Okay.
So he goes out there and stuff like that. I forgot what his name is, but I'm sorry. But I watch your TVs or your show, and you do a lot of other gun reviews and stuff like that. And you're another one I watch as well too. And then the other one here is Kentucky Ballistics, Mr. Scott.
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to him too.
Dude, keep up the good work as well too. I haven't really seen any of your latest stuff. I'm sorry, but I will be doing stuff like that. But another thing too, you do some really good. You do some other good videos on your guns, and like I said, that's another thing why I'm like, yeah, man, I want to go shoot some stuff too. And it's the same thing. And I know you got your other little things. Scooter, that's his other thing. Say hello to Scooter, okay? So Scooter, and smack him for me. But anyways, I want to sit there and thank all you guys. All you guys basically give me inspiration to do YouTube myself. No matter if it's a gun or firearms or games, or even go out and look at other games and stuff like that. But all you guys, I thank to you to inspire us to play games. Well, we've been playing games, but to actually record our stuff.
And I got a few I would like to thank myself. A few gaming YouTubers I watch. Mr. Cartoons. I've been watching your stuff for a very long time now, at least for 5 years or more. And you and Delirious. Delirious is the other one. Even though I don't know what you look like, but keep doing you. Don't show your face. Keep up your April Fool's jokes on that one. Your face reveal jokes. I love those. Mr. Dead Squirrel. Keep up with them. And the rest of your crew. I love your guys' content. I've been watching all you guys for about 5 years now. Got into you about the same time. So, but yeah, keep all that good work up, and that's all I got on that. And I'll always keep watching.
One more person I forgot to do is Neebs Gamings.
Oh yes, Neebs Gaming.
You guys, I was watching from when you guys used to do Battlefield Friends.
Battlefield Friends, yes.
When you guys did those cartoons, I laughed my ass off, dude. I love your series. I loved your GTA series you guys used to do.
Oh, yes.
So, like I said, all you guys, every single name I put on there, I'm going to put all your links in the description so everybody can click on them and stuff like that, go to your channels, and then when I do, you guys get the notification so you guys can also watch the podcast. But I just want to say thank you for all your creativity. Thank you for all your efforts, and hopefully one day I'm not going to be as good as you guys, but at least get up there.
Yeah.
And like I said, I thank all you guys. Like I said, I've been watching all you guys and stuff like that. That's all I watch you guys because I'm watching. Oh, look, another thing. So all you guys, thanks. Happy 20th anniversary to YouTube, and hopefully we go more from there. And before I go, I'd like to say,
here's to another 20.
Here for another 20, and don't forget, growing up is blowing up. I am Joe Koo.
I'm CJ.
And we'll see you guys in the next podcast.